Well, from the high banks of the Colorado Motor Speedway, welcome to the even higher banks of the Daytona International Speedway. Our third round of the season, and what's been an incredible start to Stock Car World Cup 7 brings us here to the Daytona International Speedway for the Rolex Florida 500. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a beautiful day here in sunny Daytona Beach, Florida, for round number 3 of this Stock Car World Cup 7 championship, and 2 races in the books. It's been a wild start to the season. We saw Caleb Rose find victory lane. We've seen Jack Haas find victory lane. But who is going to find victory lane here today in what is likely to be a big-time shuffle here in the running order, as you can see on your screen right now, just with who's on the front row of this race? It's been fun so far this season. This has been one of the longest running races we have here in Stock Car World Cup. And a very interesting statistic, we've never seen a Ford go to victory lane here. Of all the manufacturers we've been in every season, we've never seen a Mustang find victory lane here on the high banks of Daytona. SVG is going to be looking to go for number 3 here at Daytona. Ryan Blaney is going to be looking to go for, I think, his 5th restrictor plate win in the series. There's a lot of interesting stuff to watch here for today. Taking a look at the points as they come into Daytona. Caleb Rose is an 18-point lead over now Jack Haas after his win at Colorado. They're off to fire starts to the season. Corey Heim dropped a position, but he's still well within that top 3 bubble right there. Then it's Duncan Ward, Joseph Newgarden making huge jumps in the points. Carson Hocevar is 6th. Matthew Huber makes a huge jump into the top 10. Daniel Paulus Jr., Lando Norris drew even after last week. Max Davis had a best run of the season. Christian Lundgaard, it didn't go good for him, but it can change oh so quickly here early on in the season. Nicholas Samadil, I think this is the highest up he's been in points in years in this series. Chris Jericho into the top 15 as well. I mean, you look, there's some big names hanging out at the back of the pack, but we're only 2 races into the season here. Now, we didn't get to do this here at Fontana, but let's go downstairs and take a look at the starting lineup for today's race. Row 21, we're going to find our points leader, Caleb Rose and Cam Waters, starting out in the back. Row 20 is Christian Rasmussen and Bernardo de Oliveira, both making their first starts ever here at the Daytona International Speedway. Row 19 is Lando Norris making his first trip here to Daytona, and inside of him is Ollie Behrman. Row 18 is Franco Colapinto and Duncan Ward, who was on the podium at Colorado. Row 17 is Daniel Paulus Jr. and Scott McLaughlin. Row 16 is Connor Zilisch and Christian Lundgaard. Row 15 is 2-time Florida 500 winners Shane Van Gisbergen, and outside of him is Ryan Wilson. Row 14 is David Malukas and Joseph Newgarden. Row 13 is Matthew Huber and Darian Arnsdorf. Row 12 is Kimi Antonelli and Max Davis. Keep an eye on the Audis today. They spend a lot of development on this race. Carson Hocevar and Brent Cruz make up row number 11. In front of them, Dawson Miller and the Norwegian Dennis Hauger. Takano Shinoda in his first trip here to the high banks of Daytona, and Carson Miller with a great qualifying effort. Rogel Dorn and Ryan Blaney looking to go back-to-back here in the Florida 500. Marcus Armstrong making his return to Daytona, and Logan Williams. Chris Jericho, one of the highest starting rookies here in the field. And inside of him, Gabriel Bortoleto. Then it's the 2-time defending champion looking to end his over-year-long winless streak. It's Braden Perez. Outside of him is Pato O'Ward. Nicholas Samadillo having the best start he's had to a season in a long time, maybe ever. And Callum Ilott starting very, very high up in the grid here today. Nathan Smith and Corey Heim. And then we have Jack Haas and Blaine Keys, the 2 Team Penske-Williams teammates, looking to get to victory lane here today on row number 2. And row number 1, it's Eli Bright in the orange 88 machine here today. And Leah Block with an incredible qualifying effort to put the 66 BMW from Meyer-Shank Racing on pole position. Well, here we go as the cars roll off of pit road here at Daytona. It'll be 50 laps. Making sure everybody gets off clean here. 50 laps today here at Daytona. This is a legendary race. We've never seen a Ford go to victory lane. We've seen Dodge go to victory lane. We've seen Chevy go to victory lane multiple times. We've seen Acura Honda go to victory lane here a couple times as well. They won 2 years in a row. And Ryan Blaney get his season on track. Can the GRT cars find some pace here? Can the Dodges take advantage of Caleb Rose's poor qualifying spot and perhaps jump him in the points? Eli Bright, does that 88 have the speed that Dale once had in the orange 8 around here? We're going to find out. And this is going to be a very exciting race. They made some changes in the off-season here. The package, there's a lot less downforce. I think handling is going to play a big role in today's race. I think tires, we're going to see some strategy. The fuel window, we're looking at somewhere between 18 to 22 laps, so you're definitely going to be needing to make 2 stops here today to make it work. Here we go. Coming off of the final corner here, we have a couple of defending winners in this race. Can Ryan Blaney go back-to-back? Can Shane Van Gisbergen win 3 Florida 500s? Can Leah Block win her second ever crown jewel race? The pace car is down pit road. It is Block and Bright up through the gears. Let's go racing at Daytona International Speedway. Well, lap number 1 here in the books already, and Leah Block is working her best to try and keep those 2 Dodges who look very strong here early in the go. And Gabby Bortoletto, I think, had a huge bobble in the middle of 1 and 2, and it kind of checked the pack up here. You see Caleb Rose is not finding any ground here to go towards the front. Yeah, but here comes Corey Heim in the 38. That Fast Motorsports machine looking very strong at every type of track so far this season. Bright's hanging out here as well. We're having a little bit of a breakaway because of how big of a bottle up Bortoletto had there down in 1 and 2. You can see cars are already starting to spread out here. It's much different from what we've seen here in the past at Daytona. They said, you know, they made the decision in the rules for the way you set the cars up this year at Daytona. You can't just put all the downforce into the rear wing this year. So these cars are definitely struggling to handle here around Daytona as the surface has gotten older. Callum Ilott is up to the 3rd position here for Appalachia. He's having a great start to this race. Eli Bright looks incredible so far. The rookie in just his 3rd start here for Meme Motorsports. Meme Motorsports in their 3rd start. They're off to a fantastic climb through this field early on, and he's holding serve. And Leah Block in that 66. I do see some BMWs up here in the top 10. I mean, Nathan Smith's up here. Braden Perez is hanging out here. Here comes Callum Ilott pushing the issue now in the 95. He wants to try and get up there. You can just see the bottom of that racetrack is just so rough as the surface has gotten older. It's causing all sorts of cars to have struggle for handling there. Duncan Ward is now hanging out in the back of the pack. Christian Lundgaard, Cam Waters has not moved up. Connor Zillich, Lando Norris, Max Davis, SVG, a 2-time winner of this race. Just look at the way that bottom lane is just not quite working there for Ollie Behrman as he's getting shuffled out to the back. Single file through a lot of this field. Heim holds 2nd. Bright's going to 3rd. He gets around Samadillo. Samadillo's going to get it wound up on the outside, though. Just kind of see there that outside, that inside lane is struggling for grip here. Folks, look at the way these cars are just, the field is dispersing here. Many little packs as we're early on in the going. I mean, they're all still on the same straightaway, but fascinating stuff to watch here. But here we go. Here comes Corey Heim in the FAF machine. He's got help from Ilott for Appalachia and Blank Keys in the Penske Williams machine. Can somebody finally knock Leah Block off the top of the top step of this race so far? Not yet here. It's Block, it's Heim, it's Samadillo. What a run he's had to start this season. Here comes Braden Perez. Here comes Pato O'Ward. Ryan Blaney has found his way through the field very quickly. Samadillo now up to the second position. What a story this would be for him. We've never seen Toyota and Ford have been shut out of this race. It's been a very interesting dynamic of who's won races here. I mean, we've seen 3 Chevy wins, we've seen 2 Acura wins, and we've seen Dodge win in our most recent edition of this race. We've never seen Toyota win, we've never seen Ford win. Could today be the day? We've never seen BMW, although they've ran less of these Florida 500s. Here comes Samadillo. He's going to try and get the slipstream by himself to the inside of Leah Block. Will the 2 of Blaine Keys go with him? No, Keys is going to go to the top side of the back straightaway. Tucks back in. Crosses back over now. He's going to go to the inside of Samadillo, heading down into 3 and 4. Can he get a better run than we've seen people on the bottom of the racetrack get so far? Bright's going to go with him. Right on board here with Eli Bright. Now you can just see how good this 88 is working the top side of the racetrack here. As he's going to follow in the footsteps of Pato O'Ward. He's got help from Ryan Blaney. Blaney has moved his way through a lot of this field so far. That 29 and the 4, keep an eye out for them. They look very strong in the early going of this race as the field is starting to bunch back up. We're seeing a lot more cars all put together now. Ooh, Hauger almost got into Armstrong there going into 3 and 4. Thinks better of it. I don't think Hauger made the field for this race last year. This is the first time in a long time that we've only had 42 cars attempt this race. A lot of the teams... Oh! My cat just fell off of my lap. I'm so sorry for that interruption. Here comes Pato O'Ward now. Oh, Christian Lundgaard, D'Oliveira, Colapinto, Waters, and Paulus are starting to lose the draft early on in the going, which is not where you want to be here at Daytona. Something just happened to Ilott. We missed whatever happened to Callum Ilott, and for the lead of the race, Leah Block is going to get overtaken on the inside as 2 orange machines coming down to the bottom of the racetrack. It is O'Ward and Bright trying to work the bottom. It's Block, Blaney, and Keys up top. Ryan Blaney is on a surge so far through this race. Started in the mid-pack. He's already driven up to 3rd in what's looking to be a very tricky Daytona to make overtakes on here today. Block has led all but 1 lap, I believe. Here comes our 2-time defending champion, Braden Perez. He's having a stellar start to this race. Look how spread out they are getting here, folks. And we're seeing over... Some of these guys, their lap times are dropping off by over a second. Field is very, very spread out here in the early stages of this race. I mean, Bright was just up here in 2nd. He's down to 9th. Ilott was challenging for the lead. He's down fighting for 11th. Lots of overtaking all throughout the field here. Samadillo, Ryan Blaney. This is an unbelievable drive for him so far as he's looking to go back-to-back. You know, SVG ran a two-peat at this race. Can Ryan Blaney pull off a two-peat at this race? It's definitely changed a lot. We used to do speeds of over 230 miles an hour around here, and then we put the plates back on, and SVG won again. And Ryan Blaney won last season in a wild crash fest. But now back with Team 29 United, he is looking very, very strong. And if there is a guy who can take Ford to victory lane here at Daytona, he is the guy who could do it. But he has some strong competition. The BMWs look very, very good here early on in the going. We see a lot of BMWs up here. Blaine Keys looks very strong. Eli Bright looks strong. Nicholas Samadillo is fighting very good today. Our points leader now, Caleb Rose, is hanging out tail end on the field, which is a wild turn of events. The Toyota's outside of Samadillo. We're just seeing a lack of pace. There's a lack of pace from Toyota so far in this race. I guess it's not surprising. Historically, we've seen teams that they really work on the short oval package, the intermediate speedway package. They tend to struggle. Sometimes those teams, when they go really crazy developing those packages, they tend to just put Daytona as a punt because we have so few super speedways on the calendar. But God, these cars, you can just see, ladies and gentlemen, how much they are struggling for handling here. We used to see them just plant it 2x2 all the way around the racetrack, but I mean, the tail end of this field is now over 3 seconds off the lead. Waters is 3.5 seconds behind. I think D'Oliveira is almost 4.5. Yeah, Max Davis is 4.5 seconds off the lead early in the going of this race. So, Block, Blaney, and Bright. Eli Bright, this is fantastic stuff. And Block really hasn't been overtaken so far in this race, but it's such a fascinating race to watch as this is all unfolding. We knew coming in that we're going to get a little bit of a different package style than we've seen before, and we figured handling would come more into play. And usually when you bring handling into play on these types of racetracks, it does tend to make it harder to overtake the leader here. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun seeing guys struggle to handle here at Daytona, the field getting all separated, knowing we're going to have some pit stops that should really throw a loop into this race. Meme Motorsports, Ryan Wilson, the teammates of Eli Bright, is working his way through the field quite smoothly so far. Oh, there goes Duncan Ward and Cam Waters. They're sliding down the front straightaway. Are they going to be able to re-merge into the field cleanly? No, they are not. Ward, Waters, Norris, Davis, Lundgaard, and Rose. Oh my goodness. We're under caution here at Daytona. Ward and Waters just came off of that corner with too much momentum, and that was all she wrote. There was no way they were going to be able to re-merge into the field there. And they came up and they just took out the points leader, Caleb Rose, who his car doesn't look totaled, but we've seen a lot of guys get damage here at Daytona, and then they get black flagged for not failing to meet minimum speed. Max Davis had such a great run at Colorado. Lando Norris, I thought, had a car to win Colorado. Lundgaard, Waters not having a great start to his year after the incredible season he had. D'Oliveira might have gotten away with it. DPJ might have gotten away with it. Davis had just put in the fastest lap of the race too as well. So there's a lot of guys not necessarily in contention so far early in the race, but you know, championship players here whose seasons are just not off to a good start. And you know, if you're Caleb Rose, Blaine Keys is up here, Jack Haas is up here, Corey Himes up here. Takanoshi Oda's found his way into the top 10. So has Rogel Dorn. We're having a lot of shuffling going on here. But we're down now 3 Toyotas very quickly. A reminder of how crazy Daytona can change on you in a heartbeat here, folks. So, here we go. 16 laps in the books. And we're going to split the strategy. Oh. Smith, Malukas. We have some cars opting to stay out here. I am surprised by this. Malukas, Miller, Behrman, Duncan Ward, who's just in that accident. That one I don't know about. Rasmussen and Zilich all staying out here. I don't know if they're just going to come down a lap later and maybe they're trying to run an extra lap under caution, pit on the lap coming to green, so they can pack the cars full of fuel. Blaney drops a jack. That Team 29 United crew looking very good, and he's going to jump block and bright for the lead of the race. Oh, there goes Armstrong. He just got pummeled by Jack Haas on pit road. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. What an interesting championship twister this has been so far in round number 3 of the season. What an interesting championship twister. Jack Haas just demolished the side of Marcus Armstrong. He's probably now going to have to come back down pit road. Oh, stack it up, boys and girls. Don't cause too much chaos. Oh, don't wreck Nicholas Sabadio under yellow. That's a black flag if you do that. Oh, Antonelli just spun Bortoletto. I expect Antonelli's going to get a penalty for that. So, alright, so now we're going to see some more cars come down pit road. So we're going to take a break here. We're going to come back. Lando Norris, only car out of the race to this point. I'm expecting the rest of these cars to all come down pit road, but we shall see. And we'll be right back here from the Daytona International Speedway here in the Rolex Florida 500. So watch here, Cam Waters and Duncan Ward. I mean, I don't know. Waters bobbled up just a little bit here. This track's so little grip in it here today. They try to recollect it. Somebody just has to slam on the brakes here and kind of make a better effort to reconvene into the pack. And then Waters gets into Ward again. Takes out Norris, Davis. Lundgaard gets some heavy damage in there. Rose, I think, got out of it okay. Maybe just a scratch. A little bit of a damage there. Some big names taken out here, out of contention here early. Setback in this race. Let's get back to the action here at Daytona. Well, welcome back to Daytona. All those cars who stayed out, I think their strategy was to run a few extra pace laps here. To try and play the strategy for the back half of this race and see if maybe it can work out, buy you an extra lap, and potentially win you a shot here at a Florida 500 trophy. Davis, Norris out of the race. Cam Waters could be out of the race soon, depending how far off the pace he is when we go back to green. Keep an eye on Christian Lundgaard. Keep an eye on Caleb Rose. But here we go. It is Ryan Blaney who has stormed through this field. And we are going to come back to green flag racing here. 30 laps to go in the Rolex Florida 500, the 7th edition of one of the best races we have here. It's Blaney, block bright once again, back up through the gears, and away we go here at Daytona. Block's going to immediately jump to the inside of the racetrack here. Bright's on the top side. Here comes Braden Perez. We're once again seeing these BMWs look very strong here in this race. Antonelli was black flagged for spinning the 21 under a safety car period, so he's going to have to come back down pit road and serve a pass-through penalty. Jack Haas, we got to check in on him here real quick because he put a wally whooper on Marcus Armstrong. Armstrong is way off the pace now. Haas is fading very quickly here now in this race, it looks like, as well. Arnsdorf struggling on the bottom. So we now have some pretty big field separation here. I have a feeling Armstrong, unfortunately, is just going to get black flagged. That was a tough way for his race to go here, but we can't have cars trottling around here to 170 miles an hour. That's just dangerous. And unfortunately, second race of the season, or second time in 3 races this season, that Marcus Armstrong is going to get a sub 40 fin, a very poor finish. But here comes the 2-time defending champion, Braden Perez, on Ryan Blaney, looking to end his winless streak. Ryan Blaney looking to end his winless streak and get back to victory lane here in back-to-back Florida 500s. Leah Block's been excellent so far in this race. Eli Bright is up here. Ryan Wilson, his teammate, has found his way here to the front. Kakano Shinoda in his first time on a drafting track here is looking amazing. Damadio, Keys, Huber, host of our SVG is up here in the mix now, so keep your eye on that 31 for Action Express. I think Jack Haas is going to be in trouble here too soon. He looks very slow. Christian Lundgaard looks slow. Antonelli is a bit slow here, but when they catch Antonelli, he doesn't have damage to his race car. We know how good these Audis are, so I think they're going to be able to just eat him up and remerge. I mean, he might actually be in a nice position here to contend for the free pass position. It's Ford, it's Beamer, Shep, Pontiac, Toyota, but I didn't have Kakano Shinoda, the Japanese driver. First time we've had a Japanese driver on the grid since Kamui Kobayashi, and he was an absolute tour de force to be reckoned with here. Top 5 have broken away. It's Rogel Dorn and Sam Adio battling for 6th and 7th. Ryan Wilson is up to 8th with pushing from Huber and Award. Colapinto's found his way back up into contention now. Corey Heim kind of hanging out here, but not really in a great spot right now. See how this changes throughout the race. Obviously, all these guys knowing that Caleb Rose and Jack Haas are kind of struggling here today. I think Christian Lundgaard is going to get disqualified soon as well from this race. You just can't be... There is minimum speeds you have to meet, and if you drop more than... I mean, he's almost 3 seconds fully off the pace now, which is just not what you want to see. These top 5 have just straight up put themselves in a drafting pack and pulled away from the front of this field. And you would expect this if it was like some teammates doing this, but this is 5 different drivers from 5 different teams, 5 different career paths, 2 rookies, a defending champion, a defending race winner, an Indiana 400 winner. And Rogel Dorn now has some work to do to get back up here to the front of this field because he's not pulling that pack as far along as you would think he would be. You know, that 5-car breakaway up here looking really, really strong to just pull away. Handling is such a huge thing here today. Jack Haas is starting to lose the draft. Caleb Rose dropped him like a rocket. Oh boy, Christian Lundgaard. I'm sorry, Lundgaard fans, but that 92 is now going to meet the black flag of disqualification from the race for failing to meet minimum speed. It is a safety thing, you know, we don't want cars running around here way off the pace and potentially causing a huge accident, so... Taking a look through the field, so many interesting faces here. Rogel Dorn is just not getting that pack put together. Now they've broken away from the big pack as well, so we just have a couple of breakaway packs going on up here. Very interesting stuff going on in this race here today. It's been fun, it's been different. I like Antonelli hanging out up here. This could be an interesting strategy for him if we were to get another yellow. He's the only car a lap down, so he's going to get his lap back. We're over halfway now through the Florida 500. We're down to 50 laps this year. But I think it's working out better for the race. This has been a very entertaining race so far here today. Jack Haas came into the race second in points after a great run at Colorado, but he just doesn't have it today with how slow he's become now. Duncan Ward might be meeting a fate here that he doesn't want to meet, of happening to be, or being called to take that hard left turn into the garage. So might Cam Waters. They've put 2.5 seconds now on Rogal Dorn from the lead of this race. That second pack just will not get together. And now the top three are trying to put themselves, or the top two with help from Antonelli are trying to separate from Bright, Block, and Oda. None of these drivers coming into today's race, by the way, folks. If you want to know the kind of struggles that this top five has had coming into today, I mean, in the points, the highest running driver. There isn't a driver in this top 5 right now, folks, who's in the top 15 in points. The highest running driver up here battling for this win. You won't believe this, folks. I mean, it's Braden Perez at 21st in points. I know we're only 2 races in, but it has not been a good start to the season for him. And they're just pulling further and further and further away now from Rogal Dorn, over 3.5 seconds now. The gap just continues to climb up here. And boy, you gotta wonder if maybe Antonelli can pull some strategy, or if the yellow comes out, you have to feel very good if you're Kimi Antonelli. First ever start here on a super speedway. And those Audis look once again dialed up for this type of race. 4 seconds is now the gap back to Rogal Dorn. This pack is just getting absolutely dropped. They can't put it together. And also, I just don't know if they have... I mean, Sam Medeo, I think, had a good handling car up there with those top runners, but you could just see Keys struggle so much on that bottom, and then it breaks the momentum up. Oh, Perez just got overtaken by Antonelli, Bright, Block. That's an interesting move here. That puts Eli Bright now to the 2nd position. Block is going back to 3rd. Now, Kakadosh and Oda is starting to lose some of the draft here. Ryan Blaney's car is just absolutely fantastic here today. I mean, they can't even get close to him. Ward and Waters got back together, and I think saved their race, because they're at least going fast enough where they're not completely moving, accidents waiting to happen. But this is going to be interesting to see how they all break up around this field. Bright now gets shuffled back to 4th. Perez and Block got by, so Leah Block's up to 2nd now. It's over 5 seconds back to Rogal Dorn. Now here comes Block. I think the 66. I think the 66 is going to make a run for this victory here, the way she's running today. And I don't really know where the speed came from in this 66 camp. But you got to tip. Oh, I hear cars down pit road. Cam Waters is down pit road. Jack Haas is down pit road. I think we're going to be starting that second cycle here soon. Here comes McLaughlin. Here comes Jericho. Here comes Hauger. A bunch of cars as Newgarden slide back up in front of Behrman. Almost caused an accident there. Oh, this is the interesting part of the race now. Can you get down pit road, regroup quick enough to have a shot to come out in front and maybe eat some of that monstrous gap up that is being built up here? Oh, is Block and Perez about to come down pit road, and they're going to take Ryan Blaney with them, so Kakinosh Oda's going to lead the race. And he is going to have a shot at winning this race, I think. Antonelli's in such an interesting position now because he gets his lap back. Will he have to pit? Is he going to try and run it as long as he possibly can? We're going to see Eli Bright in second. I don't even know where third place Nicholas Samadillo is. I think he might have screwed himself a little bit here with when Rogel Dorn came down pit road. Huber, Cruz having a great day. Carson Hocevar. I mean, Hocevar could maybe take a shot at the championship lead depending on the outcome of this race. Jack Haas is going to merge right back up in front of Eli Bright. And Bright says, I'm going to take the dip down pit road with Oda. So that way I have a drafting partner. Brent Cruz, Samadillo, Hocevar, Bortoleto. Now that's going to put Huber out in front of this race. So Huber leads a lap. Nathan Smith came down pit road. Dawson Miller, so those cars who stayed out an extra lap under the caution. It hasn't really worked out for them. Let's see how many cars Chris Jericho and Dennis Hauger can jump. Remember, I mean, look at the speed differential right now. They're just flying around here on the top side. They're in a great position to jump cars. Scotty Mack is now ahead of Blaine Keys. So where is Braden Perez in relation to Ryan Blaney? Oh, Blaney's already back out on the racetrack. Blaney's already back out on the racetrack with help from Antonelli, who is the leader at the moment of this race. But he's going to have no drafting help here once Antonelli has to come down pit road here. Oda's trying to get back up to speed. Eli Bright's trying to get back up to speed. Perez, Block, Dorn comes flying by. Caleb Rose, I think, has jumped into the top 10. Unbelievable strategy here by the 32 camp. Scotty Mack is in contention now for a top 10 finish. So right now, it's just Ryan Blaney way out in front here. Matthew Huber, for the moment, is in the top 3. And it's Kakinosh Oda is effectively P2 in this race. Eli Bright, Braden Perez, Liam Block, Rogel Dorn, Caleb Rose is up inside the top 10 now from last on the grid. If we were to get a caution, that would be absolutely remarkable drive from Caleb Rose. But here comes Blaney. How long does Antonelli stay out? They are continuing to put a gap on the field, but as soon as Antonelli comes down pit road, Blaney has no drafting help. And we've seen that the draft could be worth about 6 miles an hour. Oh, they are going 3 wide here, which is not what you want unless their goal is to bring Caleb Rose and Rogel Dorn back into the fray here. Matthew Huber, Gabby Bortoleto, the Fords have actually put together a solid race here. For a group that obviously has never won here. You know, they've put together a very good effort to get Bortoleto, Dorn, and Huber into the top 10 of this race. Scotty Mack is having a good day as well. Chris Jericho having a decent outing. Ryan Wilson having a great day. Blaney gets by Antonelli, and Antonelli made the dip down to pit road. So now it is all on here. Can Jack Haas... Jack Haas looks up to speed now. Can Haas and Blaney just pull away from them now? This is unbelievable stuff here. Or are we going to get a caution? Is something crazy going to happen here at Daytona? 11 laps to go. 10 to go this time by here. And the gap is not coming down at all. I mean, they're trying to eat it back up. They're trying to eat it back up. It's going slow. But now Blaney's going to have Antonelli reemerge into the race. Maybe Antonelli can jump in front of this group of 4 and give them a shot to go for the victory. If they could get a couple more cars, I think they have a chance to eat up Antonelli in this. He's not up to speed yet, but if he could catch the draft, gap's down to 6.5. 45.4, 45.5, 45.3. It's close. 44.9 from Block. Waters kind of checked up Perez there. Block getting stuck behind her former teammate Cam Waters. 6.6 seconds is now the gap. I mean, they're going to catch Antonelli, and I think Antonelli's in a really good position, but 9 laps to go here. I just don't know if you're going to be able to catch Ryan Blaney without something happening here. I mean, you're probably going to be able to use Duncan Ward as a slipstream pick. Perez jumps bright. They're just continuing to go. Too much racing here. 6.8 seconds is the gap. They are losing so much time here. What a run this has been for Eli Bright, Kakano Shinoda, Leah Block. 3 drivers I did not have. I didn't have Block and Bright on the front row this race. I didn't have Oda being the highest Toyota. But here we are. What a run for these drivers here today. Caleb Rose is probably going to lead. Oh, Nicholas Samadillo just came down pit road with a tire issue. That is unfortunate for the 79 machine, who is having a good run and a good start to his season. It's just not going for him good here today. Neither it is for Duncan Ward. Jack Haas, they seem to have gotten that 3-car fix because he is just pushing Ryan Blaney away. Dodge affiliates last season, and this season Jack off to a good start. He got his win last time out at Colorado, and now he's helping his former Dodge affiliate Ryan Blaney just run away from this pack here. What a drive this has been for Ryan Blaney. Amazing strategy call here by the 29 team. I mean, just an amazing effort by this 29 team. I mean, they got that car set up very, very good here today. He was able to drive through the field. Just a couple of laps remaining here. 6 laps to go here at Daytona. If we don't get a yellow, it's looking like it's going to be Ryan Blaney's day. This pack has re-merged in a very angry horde. Lots of jostling for position. Brett Cruz is in line for a top 10 here. That's his first career top 10 if he pulls this off. That's a great effort for him. Oh my goodness! Oh, there we go! The big one happens at Daytona late in the race! It's Wilson, it's Behrman, it's Paulus, it's Oliveira, it's everybody involved in 6 laps to go. Ryan Blaney. Oh. Oh no. Oh my goodness. We're going to line him up, and we're going to get another shot at it here for the rest of this field. Paulus is destroyed. Behrman's destroyed. That's both the Velocistar cars out of the race. Oh my goodness. That is heartbreaking for Ryan Blaney. Wow. Wow. All right, we got to see who comes down pit road here. We're going to get this race back going to green here. You'll see it in side by side in the bottom of your screen because we're going to have to get all this sorted out here. Oh, boy. Oh, Ryan Blaney, that is just awful. That is just awful. Had this race in the bag. And we are getting the cars waved around here. We're clearing out the top 10, as we normally do late in the going of a race. The lap cars that are in the top 10 there, out of the way here. Franco Colapinto's now up inside the top 10 after that accident. That tore up some really good cars here. Normally we would worry about getting guys off the racetrack, but with only 3 laps to go, it shouldn't become an issue here. So now... Three laps to go when we come back to the green here. What in the world has happened to Ryan Blaney's dream day here of winning back-to-back Florida 500s? A humongous accident late in the going, taking out more cars. Malukas has parked it. Paulus has parked it. Samadio, D'Oliveira, Wilson. I think Waters is also now out of the race. We have a lot of cars out of the race here. And Costa and Antonelli should catch the back of the pack here by the time we get back around, hopefully. Yeah, they're doing 152. They should catch them. Still going to have a shot to get a top 20 finish here. 3 laps to go. We go back to green. I don't know if Kakinosh Oda has the car to pass Ryan Blaney. Braden Perez might. Leah Block might. Eli Bright, I have a feeling, has got something up his sleeve. Rogel Dorn, Caleb Rose, this is unbelievable. We were talking in the pre-race. I mean, BMW, Toyota, Ford have never won here. Obviously, BMW's ran way less races. But Toyota and Ford have never won this race. What a day this would be for Ryan Blaney. Could Rogel Dorn steal it? Could Caleb Rose? Could Matthew Huber? Could Gabby Bortoletto steal the Florida 500 here? Pace car is going back down pit road. 3 laps to go. All of the fans are on their feet here at Daytona. We are green. Oh, and it's Oda and Blaney immediately pulling away here from the field. And does Oda have a shot to go to the inside of him off the restart? Side by side down in a 1 and 2. We've seen that bottom not work in the race so far, but here comes Oda to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to take Braden Perez with him and Leah Block. Oh, Blaney's just getting left out high and dry, but here comes Braden Perez in the 69. The 88 of Bright is trying to push the 29 of Blaney. Here comes Huber. Here comes Caleb Rose. We haven't seen Caleb Rose all race. He's got an opening to go to the bottom. It's Perez, it's Block. Blaney's getting shuffled out of contention here. What a heartbreaker for him when he had the best car of the race here. Now Oda, the rookie's going to get pushed to the top of the racetrack. 2 laps to go here at Daytona. This is it, the Florida 500. Oh, our 2-time defending champion hasn't won in over a season. Oh, there goes Eli Bright to the bottom. It's turned off a door. He's going to save it. Blaney's back here now. What a run this is going to be to the finish. Rose is getting shuffled backwards. Here comes Colapinto. This is unbelievable stuff here from this field late in the going of this race. Does Blaney have some heroics in him? White flag for Braden Perez as he's looking to end a winless streak that dates back to season number 4. Does Oda have anything for him? Will they keep it clean all the way back around? I don't know. Bright to the bottom. Colapinto. Bright looking to get his first career top 5. Oda looking to get his first career podium. Can Blaney pass Oda on his own? Here he comes to the bottom. Inside, down the back straightaway, but he doesn't have enough time to get to both of them. He's got the run to the inside of the 29 and what looked like was going to be his day. It's just wasn't meant to be, but it was meant to be for Braden Perez, and his winless streak is over. The two-time champion's going back to victory lane here for his first ever win at Daytona. Oh my goodness. Ryan Blaney fans, I am so sorry. That is heartbreaking. Rogel Dorn comes home fourth. Takenoshin Oda is going to get his first career podium. Eli Bright gets his first career top 10. Heartbreak for Blaney. Triumph for Braden Perez. He is back in victory lane, and what a statement to do that in. The Florida 500, the first time BMW has ever won this race here. That was actually incredible, folks. Replay and result saved here. It's Perez, Oda, Blaney, Dorn, Colapinto came out of nowhere. Huber, Bortoletto, Bright, Rose, Keys, and Block fell back to 11th after having a great run. Nathan Smith, Christian Rasmussen, Corey Heim, and Dennis Hauger. You take a look there at the back of this field. I mean, Waters, Malukas. Something happened to Carson Hosar on the last lap. He fell off like an absolute rock. I mean, Malukas, Paulus, Wilson, Oliveira. Wilson was having a great day. Just heartbreak for some of these guys here, but that's it here from the Daytona International Speedway. What a wild and crazy race it has been here today. You never know what to expect here from Daytona, and this time it gave us Braden Perez. That is a winless streak, folks, that dates all the way back. If you want to know how long it's been since the last time he found victory, well, it was Michigan and season number 5 in the US 500 was the last time he found victory lane. That was a long time ago. We ran all of last season. He didn't win. Now he comes back here and scores the victory here in the Florida 500. That is, I also believe, his second, third. No, he's a 2-time US 500 winner. He's now a 2-time champion. He's now a Florida 500 winner. I mean, he's won at Road America, Montreal, Sonoma. He's won everywhere you possibly can here in this series, folks. So, incredible stuff here from Braden Perez to find his way back to victory lane here. I mean, this is a guy who shows up in the biggest moments. Kansas, Twin Ring Motel, all over the world he's won. And he finds himself in victory lane here in the world center of racing at Daytona. That does it all here from the Florida 500 here today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this race. What an absolute barn burner that we were treated here today on this lovely afternoon here in Daytona International Speedway. I didn't think that was how that was going to go down here, but it did go down, and oh my goodness, what a race it was here. Takenoshin Oda with trip here to the podium. Unbelievable stuff here. Leah Block, fastest lap, pole position, led a bunch of laps. Wasn't meant to be for Bright. But we'll see you all next time out here, folks, at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the CrowdStrike 400, probably on the Discord server. Till then, take care, everybody. Have a good one.